Hi, so this is a remake of a video I did around 3 years ago in regards to how to set up Azure static web apps, web pages with a custom domain, and how to do that through the use of Cloudflare. So Cloudflare is because the features that it offers, like more security, DDoS attacks and stuff like that. And as said, this is a remake and much has happened in the last 3 years. So now with your Azure static web apps, you can use Azure functions, you can use databases and stuff. You couldn't do that 3 years ago. So now it's really become a good product, I think. So let's get going. So the prerequisites for this will be you have an Azure account. You do need a Cloudflare account, and that's really it. Both of them you can do free, because Azure Static Web Apps is free, really, and Cloudflare has a free tier. So this can be done for nothing, really. So the roadmap will be that we create a Azure Static Web App, we will set up Cloudflare, and we will point Cloudflare to Azure. So let's get going. Hi, so the first step is to go into the Azure portal. We are in here now to search for the static web app. If you do not have it in your Azure services, you can search for it. So static web should be enough. There it is. Now we can go to create. And you need to take your subscription. You need to create or you reuse a resource group. I'm going to create a new one. And I'm going to copy the name because I'm going to use it for the name of the static web app also. Yes, and now very important, choose free. And we'll choose other for deployment because we will be doing it from Visual Studio Code in this tutorial, not from GitHub or Azure DevOps. You could choose one of both. You could choose anyone you would. If you choose GitHub or Azure DevOps, you would need to fill in your details. Now deployment, I'm going to use the deployment token. For now, this can be changed later. I'm going to choose West Europe. If you would use in functions API, and now that is it. So now you can press the create button. Look at what you've chosen, take your create button, and it will going to create the site for you. This is going quite fast. And there it is. So now you have your Azure Static Web App. And you can see the URL, and we can copy that and do a test to see if everything works as expected. And it does. So that is the first step. Now the next step would be to point your DNS to this site in Azure. You could point your domain directly from your domain registrar to your static web page if you wanted to. I'm going to use Cloudflare, so this is an optional step. So this is the site you will be starting on when you've logged into Cloudflare. Then we can put in our domain, the domain that we're going to use. So in my case, this will be valueworks.com. And yeah, we need to use the root domain. I'm going to use the free plan, has plenty of stuff. For my sakes, the other plans are not needed at this point. So, and now you get this review of your DNS records, which Cloudflare did. It looked them up, tried to figure out where you have them today. And as you can see here, I have them at, I know I have them at Namecheap, but what this is saying at DNS1 at Register Services at Namecheap. So those will need to be changed to point to Cloudflare instead. So this is what Cloudflare put forth here. So this is the steps you need to go through to be sure that the pointing of the DNS from your registrar to Cloudflare can be done. So as said, I have a Namecheap as my DNS registrar right now, so I'm going to copy the name of the name servers from Cloudflare. Then I'm going to go in here in Namecheap and find the DNS settings for while it works. And here I'm going to find my name servers, which are here, and put in custom DNS, and then I'll paste in the name server from Cloudflare, and I'm going to copy the other one also, doing the same. So I'm going to remove this domain redirect just to be sure. And then I'm going to approve the new name servers. Now going back to Cloudflare, it will take a while before this is going through. It can take up to 48 hours, 24 to 28 hours. We're going to check. And for now, we'll wait until this has been done, and then we'll continue on. So now, approximately 1 hour later, I got an email from Cloudflare that the name servers are pointed to Cloudflare now. So let's look at that. So here is the result in Cloudflare. So as we can see now, my domain is registered. It is active. Security inside is enabled. I'm on the free plan. Let's look a little further here. So yeah, so as such, this is now ready for us to go in and start pointing this to our static website in Azure, which will be the next thing we'll do. So now we come to the last part. We have set up a static web page in Azure. We have set up Cloudflare. We have got our domain registrar pointing to Cloudflare. That step was optional. I like to do it to get the extra security and the benefits that Cloudflare brings. And now the last step would be to get our domain pointing to the static web page. So let's get going. So firstly, you would go from home, static web page, or here your static web page. Then you would go to settings and custom domain. On the custom domain, you can see the domain that is automatically added. We will say add custom domain on another DNS. The domain name would be valueworks.com. Next, it will be a CNAME record. So now we have chosen CNAME. We need to copy this one. Now we'll, if we take add now, we will get an error because there's nothing to validate against. So we will need to go in here. We will need to add a record, CNAME, www, what we copied from Azure. And now there's a little quirk, because for now, if you need this validated, you will need to take off the proxy to get it validated. You can add in the proxy after you got it validated. So let's do that. We'll take this off like that. We'll go back say add. And now it will be adding it. It will take a short while, so we'll wait to see. So now it's validated, so we can close and we can test. So and it works as expected. So now we can go back here, then we can edit and we can add in our proxy again to get the protection. And just to be sure, we will test again. And it still works. Now we will add our root domain. So again, domain, this time without the www. And Azure catches that it is the domain, the root. We will generate a code. This can take a while. We will need to add a text entry on Cloudflare when this code has been generated with this code in it, and then it will need to validate, and that will take a while. So now we'll wait for this generation to be finished. And there it is. So now we can copy this, go back to Cloudflare. So here we will create another. We'll create a text record, which is for the root. And then we will add this content to it. Now that is there. So now we go back and close. And now this validation will really take some time. So I'll get back to it when this has finished. So now it has been validated, both of them. So we can now go back to Cloudflare and we can add, and we are not going to add an A record because we would need an IP address for that, but we can use a CNAME for the same. And the reason we can use it is because Cloudflare is using something called CNAME flattening, which I'm by no means an expert in, but that makes this CNAME work as a kind of A record. So the target, of course, should be not that, but that one, right? So let's do like that. Save. As you see here, it can tell you more about it. So that is it. So now we have added both the subdomain works and the root domain, and that works too. So both of them work. So now we're finished. So thank you for tagging along. Hope to see you another time, and have a good one. Bye.